Holy crap, did you catch that gut punch ending to Fallout Season 2, Episode 8? The Strip explodes into chaos, with every storyline slamming together like a nuke countdown, teasing the bloodiest war yet for Season 3. They saved the most twisted reveals for this finale, dropping bombshells that leave you yelling WTF at the screen. Legion Civil War wrap-up, Enclave mind games, Mr. House scheming from the shadows, and a post-credit stinger that screams Brotherhood Civil War escalation. Unpaid threads everywhere, but the clues scream how Season 3 kicks off on the New Vegas Strip with NCR versus Legion all-out carnage. Filming starts soon, so we might not wait forever for those episodes. Episode title, The Strip nails it. Lucy's crew, Hank, Maximus, all crash land there. Legion marches in, even the Ghoul dips out toward Colorado but ties back in. It's all funneling to a massive Strip showdown right at Season 3's open, though not the whole season. Expect splits after the fireworks. Kickoff hits hard. Macaulay Culkin's Legionnaire rises from their faction bloodbath, victorious, snagging Kaiser Erskine's gear, the crown, the armor, whatever you call it, and crowns himself new Caesar. That rotting previous Caesar's body finally dragged off. Note revealed. Legion dies with me. Culkin ain't buying it. Eats the note, slits the witness's throat. No loose ends. He rallies the reunited Legion straight to the Strip, joking about their promised land, and Kaiser's Palace twist on real-life Caesar's Palace Casino. Within show logic, what's his play? Fresh atrocities incoming. What Legion horrors drop in Season 3? And real talk. How long does Culkin last post-Strip War? Marches him right into NCR crosshairs. Custom Fallout intro boots a Pip-Boy. Double nod to Cooper slipping on House's version with Enclave secrets. And Steph's special one later from Hank's box, linking straight to Enclave comms for Season 3 setup. Ghoul meets revived Mr. House. Hello, old chum. Pure game dialogue. House always wins. Drops New Vegas lore bombs. Multiple endings. Assassins from all paths, even beyond game events. Acknowledges fan debates on canon ending. Todd Howard said no single canon, and here it is, timelines colliding. Ghoul fakes blowing the cold fusion diode. House freezes Planet Killer stakes, but Ghoul leaves it live, flashing House back to mainframe by end. House joins NCR anti-Legion fight. Early Season 3? Bet on it. Back and forth on Secret Vegas Vault. House built it for Vault-Tec, but really Enclave puppet-mastered via shell company Vault-Tec. Ties to mind chips. House designed, meant for robot compliance. Enclave twisted him. Ghoul calls him Bob. Fan meme gold. Bob apartment versus real Robert House. Actors leaning in. More eggs. House ports consciousness to Pip-Boy for Vault Tour. Rigs all Vegas systems. Game exact. Maximus battles Deathclaws on Strip. Power armor failing. Townsfolk bet Deadpool style on his survival. Hero arc peaks. Sheds armor. Flashbacks to dad proves he's good now. Thaddeus backs him. Bets 500 caps. NCR Cavalry saves the day. Same trooper from earlier, matching Legion numbers for war tees. Lucy in Vault learns Enclave's Congresswoman Welch horror. Hank's handiwork, her head programming chips 200 years via perfect ISTP. Myers-Briggs, introverted, observant, passive, non-threatening. Human robots. Enclave loyalists. WTF comedy as Lucy pauses her. Semi-conscious. House vibes with desiccated cryo hat. Chips halted here, but Hank's already seeded miniaturized versions wasteland-wide. No spotting 'em. Who's real? Who's puppet? Season 3 paranoia fuel. Hank chips Lucy for good daughter, but Ghoul saves. She flips it on him. Thinks she'll reprogram dad. Stripwalk. No happy family. He wipes own mind permanent via control box. Brain-dead Hank for Season 3. Kyle MacLachlan stays, but useless for Enclave intel. Norm's Vault-Tec chaos peaks. Employees turn on him, but Rad Roach Farm unleashes irony, wiping them as he grabs Claudia, drags her out. Taking you home. LA start for Season 3, but transmission pings Enclave lab from Wildzig's Season 1 escape. Norm/Claudia converge with Maines eventually. Flashbacks drop bombs. Cooper/Barb bail Vegas. She floats Bakersfield Vault. Radiation test death trap. Dodged bullet. Cooper pitches Colorado. Barb unaware of Enclave there yet. Sets postcard twist. We should have gone to Colorado. Billboard End IP teases Rocky's trip. Enclave Station Nod, Ghoul heads there. Fallout Tactics Vault Zero at Cheyenne Mountain, Cryo Geniuses Brain Tanks, Calculator Supercomputer, Season 3 Eggs, huge reveal. Hank rolls up with Steph, her arm Candy, talked him into proposal. Barb/Cooper exchange looks. All know she's vault securing via marriage/job blackmail. Present Steph claims Hank's wife to Enclave. Pre-bomb's marriage holds. He spilled secrets like keepsake box. Polyamory vibes. Marries Chet too? Flashback. Hank name drops Bud Askin's vault 31 tying Steph in, separated post-thaw. He families with Lucy's mom, she. Vault 32 no divorce. Phone booth rings. House warns Enclave arrest over diode screw-up. Monitored Cooper/Hank hard. Tells Barb, do whatever to save our daughter. Redeems her. Season 1 villain. Forced bomb pitch. Survival mode. Present. House helps Ghoul crack cryotubes. Empty. Colorado postcard plants seed. Theory. Daughter aged up. Enclave brass. Fallout twist gold finds her cryo-free high rank. Steph logs Phase 2 at Enclave Terminal. FEV tie-in. Force evolutionary virus hype all season. Thaddeus mutation unfinished for Season 3. And Lucy/Maximus hit House office. Legion floods in. NCR war imminent. House face flashes back. Ally secured. Credits pan Freeside ruins. Strip Season 3 opener locked. Post-credits Area 51. Brotherhood Civil War rages. Dane pitches Quintus Liberty Prime Alpha mech plans. Quintus the Destroyer. Robco/General Atomic shout. Zoomin/Hansel watch. Prime crushes factions, then Wasteland. WTF overload. Legion reborn under Psycho Culkin Caesar. NCR masses. House rigs the game. Enclave chips lurk everywhere. Hank mind wiped shell. Steph Phase 2 schemer. Norm free roaming. Cooper Colorado bound for family/Enclave clash. Strip war opener feels epic. NCR versus. Legion bloodbath. Maximus/Thaddeus cashed bets. Townsfolk welch. Ghoul dips but loops back. Multiple game endings nodded. House survives assassins across timelines. Pip-Boys link Enclave secrets. Myers-Briggs chips. Creepy control perfection. Holy crap. Fallout Season 2 Episode 8 piles on the paranoia with those Enclave chips lurking everywhere. Who's real? Who's a puppet? Hank drops that bombshell on Lucy. Miniaturized versions already seeded across the wasteland. Programmed off-grid, Enclave loyalists blending in plain sight. You won't spot 'em. No tells, just sudden backstabs when orders hit. Season 3 trust issues explode. Ally or robot? Lucy chips Hank back, flipping the good dad script, but he self-wipes permanent via control box on the strip. Brain-dead shell stumbles, no Enclave intel, no Lucy/Norm memories. Kyle MacLachlan sticks for Season 3, but as blank slate comic relief or plot pawn. Show dodges her killing him, keeps him alive minus threat. Maximus's Deathclaw brawl screams hero glow-up. Armor fries, ammo dries, sheds it for bare-knuckle glory. Dad flashbacks fueling I'm good now proof. Thaddeus snipes aid, dumps 500 caps on survival bet. Townie's Deadpool wagering his doom. NCR rolls in clutch. Same trooper from Lucy/Ghoul run-in, bulking for Legion matchup. War horns blow, massive NCR force versus Culkin's reunited Legion horde. Strip Ground Zero Season 3 kickoff. Maximus lives. Bet payout. Townsfolk disqualify over NCR save. Thaddeus mutation teases too. FEV vibes unfinished. Phase 2 link via Steph's terminal log. Ghoul leaves diode live. House mainframe reignites. Expect his Securitrons mowing Legion early next season. Mr. House lore dump thrills. Built secret company vault under Vegas for Vault Tech Shell. But Enclave endgame. Mind chips his robot vision. Twisted passive by Welch's ISTP brain. Game accurate. Controls power grids. Rigs outcomes. House always wins. Beyond New Vegas endings. Assassins pre/post-game. Cannon dodge genius. Ghoul's Bob Jab meme immortality. Fake Bob. Apartment nods real Robert. Pip-Boy consciousness jump. Vault tour. Eggs galore. Cold fusion pause. House spooks rare. Planet Buster real. He backs NCR anti-Legion. Lucy/Maximus get tech edge. Unpaid. Thaddeus Ghoul turn. Bottle cap winnings fund what? Flashback gold reframes everything. Steph worms Hank for vault spot. Barb/Cooper side-eye her game. Pre-bombs marriage holds. Wife claim legit. Secrets spilled like keepsake Pip-Boy. Lucy's mom, different actress / hair. Post-Vault family. Steph Vault 32 thaw later. Polymarriage's wasteland norm. Chet next. Bud Askins Vault 31 roots her deep. Cooper's arrest call. House tips off Enclave watch on Diode mess. Barb survive for daughter. Plea redeems her arc. Season 1 bomb pusher. Enclave coercion. Family first. Cryotubes empty. Colorado postcard mocks. Good call after all. Enclave lab there. Wilzig origin. Ghoul treks it. Legion reboot shocks. Culkin eats Legion ends note. Witness silenced. Crowns. Self-Caesar. Rotting corpse cleanup nods game stalemate. Kaiser's palace gag. Real casino twist promised land bait. March to strip. Atrocities await. Slave markets crucifixions. Survival odds post-war. New Vegas opener, then scatter, Norm/Claudia Rad Roach escape, LA hold, but Enclave ping pulls them to convergence. Vault Tech rats hoist by own petard. Phase 2, FEV/chip hybrid, Thaddeus testbed, Colorado Vault 0 tactics nod, calculator AI, cryo brains, daughter Enclave boss theory, age twist rips heart, WTF layers, Welch cryo head programs passive drones, house desiccated parallel, hat vibes. Lucy halts mainframe chips, but wild ones roam. Hank's acolyte tag from House. Full Enclave tool. Strip finale. Lucy rejects dad dream. Family shattered. Post-credits Brotherhood bombshell. Dane feeds Quintus Liberty Prime plans. Destroyer title. Robco/Atomics flex. Zooman/Hansel plot. Civil War tips his way. Prime stomps factions. Then NCR/Legion/Enclave. Area 51 tease escalates. Freeside pan, Billboard Colorado lock, Ghoul solo start, Mains funnel in, Unresolved, Chet/Steph wedding crash, Norm's homecoming, House Vault secrets drop when, Season 3 hooks bury deep, Strip War bloodbath frames opener, House/NCR Edge versus, Legion Swarm, Chips sow doubt, Colorado Enclave family reunion/clash, Prime Brotherhood wildcard, Culkin Caesar crumbles quick, Thaddeus super mutant, Hank redeem Arc Sans brain? Paranoia peaks. Every NPC suspect. Game nods perfection. Multi-endings. House immortal. Tactics deep cut. Finale saves twisted best. Teases pain ahead. War drums beat loud. The way everything on the strip is lined up at the end of the episode, you can just feel Season 3 opening like a bomb going off right there. Lucy standing with a basically empty Hank, Maximus barely surviving the death claws, the Legion marching in formation, and the NCR rolling in with their own forces, all while Mr. House quietly clicks back online in the background. It feels like the show is telling you straight up, this is where the first episode of next season starts, on the strip, in the middle of a full-on war. But the really painful part is the smaller, quieter twist with Hank. Lucy finally lets go of the idea that she can fix her family. She thought the chip would turn him into the perfect father he always pretended to be, and instead, he wipes himself clean, removing any chance of closure. She doesn't get a goodbye, doesn't get an apology, doesn't even get to hear him say her name and really mean it. He's alive, but the father she wanted is gone forever, and that hits even harder because she doesn't pull the trigger. He does it to himself, and that choice is so... Fallout. The idea that sometimes the worst thing isn't death, it's what's left behind. Hank walks around as this kind of tragic joke now. A man who knows nothing about who he was, nothing about the Enclave, nothing about the pain that he caused. Lucy gets the worst of both worlds. She doesn't have the clean feeling of, I stopped the villain. And she also doesn't get her dad back. Instead, she's stuck taking care of someone who is technically her father, but emotionally a stranger. You can already tell they're setting that up for some brutal Season 3 moments, where Hank accidentally stumbles into danger or becomes a pawn for people who don't even realize what he used to be. It's the show's way of letting Kyle MacLachlan stick around, but completely changing his role from mastermind to broken piece on the board. Steph calling herself Hank's wife in the present just adds even more layers of messy fallout relationship chaos. The flashbacks make it clear she pushed him into marrying her, partly for survival and partly for access. She knew that if she got close enough to Hank, she could get closer to Vault Tech and the future Vault program. Barb and Cooper see right through it in the past. You can practically feel their eyes saying, "We know exactly what you're doing." But in the present, that same marriage becomes her golden ticket with the Enclave. She casually drops, "I'm Hank McClane's wife," and suddenly, she's the one person in the room with enough leverage to poke at their secrets and trigger Phase 2. Meanwhile, Lucy's mom existed in the middle of all this without knowing the full truth, which makes Lucy's whole family tree feel even more messed up. Pre-bomb wife in the vault system, post-bomb wife on the surface, kids caught in the fallout of all of it. It's very much the kind of morally gray, everybody's lying to survive energy that fits this world perfectly. Then you've got Norm and Claudia, who should be the safe storyline, but even that is laced with danger. Vault 31 employees literally try to kill him, and the only reason he survives is because the Radroach farm explodes in their faces. It's darkly funny, but also kind of satisfying. Vault-Tec thought they could use him as just another disposable piece in their corporate machine, and instead, their own little experiment turns on them. Norm, walking out of the building, dragging Claudia behind him, feels like the start of a totally different kind of journey. He isn't a fighter like Lucy or Maximus. He isn't a hardened ghoul like Cooper, but he's seen too much now to ever go back to being the naive Vault kid. Taking Claudia home sounds sweet, but we already know that home isn't really safe, and the show reminds us of that by piping his transmission into the old Enclave research facility. They're basically telling us, whatever Norm thinks his plan is, the bigger story is still going to swallow him up. All of that sits on top of the Colorado setup, which is quietly one of the biggest things this episode does. In the flashbacks, Cooper casually suggests going to Colorado, and Barb kind of brushes it off. It just sounds like a normal let's get away idea at first, but then the postcard in the empty cryotube twists it into a confession. They should have gone. The final billboard at the end, showing Colorado again, hammers home that this is where the story is pulling us next. It's not just a new location for fun scenery, it's tied to the Enclave, to Wilzig's whole escape back in Season 1, and probably to where Cooper's wife and daughter ended up. If the Strip is where the war begins, Colorado feels like where the real answers live. And of course, because it's Fallout, going there won't mean simple closure. It probably means Cooper finding out that his family survived, but not in the way he imagined. By this point in the episode, every storyline is humming like a loaded gun. The Legion isn't just back, it's more extreme. The NCR isn't just showing up, it's massing troops. Mr. House isn't just alive, he's quietly watching and calculating. The Enclave isn't gone, it's stronger than ever in the shadows, already inside people's heads through those chips. The Brotherhood isn't united. It's about to unleash a walking weapon of mass destruction, and right in the middle of all that, you have Lucy, Maximus, the Ghoul, Norm, Steph, and Hank, all dragging their own broken family histories and bad decisions into the storm. That's why this finale hits so hard. It doesn't just set up a big fight, it sets up a world where nobody can trust anyone completely, even their own memories, their own parents, or their own leaders. Pain is baked into every frame of this finale. It's not just the nukes or the death claws or the marching armies. It's the way every single character gets shoved into a corner where there are no clean choices left. Lucy finally understands that the father she thought she could fix never really existed. The chip was supposed to give her the good version of Hank, the one he pretended to be when she was growing up. Instead, he pulls his own mind out from under her, erasing himself so completely that she doesn't even get a last real conversation. He's still breathing, still walking, still technically there, but the person she wanted to save is gone forever. That hurts more than if she'd had to kill him, because now she's stuck with a shell that will never give her the closure she deserves. Cooper's story cuts just as deep, only in a different direction. That empty cryotube is like a punch straight to the chest. He thought he was opening the door to his family, and instead he finds a postcard and an absence. The line about Colorado flips from a casual idea into this haunting, we should have listened, regret. Barb, who we spent so much of the show thinking of as cold or even outright evil, suddenly becomes someone who is just trying to keep their daughter alive in a system that was bigger and uglier than she could control. Cooper told her to do whatever it took, and now he has to live with the idea that she probably did exactly that. Colorado isn't just a place on a billboard anymore. It's the weight of every choice they made to survive without him. When he heads that way, he isn't just chasing the Enclave, he's chasing a version of his family that might not exist anymore. Norm and Claudia's escape looks small compared to wars and superweapons, but there's something really emotional buried in it too. Norm went from a guy who believed in the Vault-Tec system to someone who watched that same system literally try to feed him to its own monsters. Pulling Claudia out of the ruins feels like a quiet promise that he's not going to repeat the same mistakes his parents' generation made. But the second we hear his signal echoing through that old Enclave facility, we know he doesn't get to stay in a simple, safe storyline. He's being pulled into the same web as everyone else, whether he wants it or not. That's the tragedy of this world. You can't really stay neutral. Sooner or later, the wasteland comes for you. And hanging over all of that is the Strip, loaded like a live bomb for Season 3. The NCR and the Legion aren't just names anymore. They're armies on the move. Mr. House isn't just a myth from an old game. He's back in the system with his own agenda. The Enclave isn't just a rumor in a lab. It's inside people's heads, hiding behind friendly faces. The Brotherhood isn't just knights in armor. It's a fractured group about to wake up, a walking weapon that can flatten entire factions. Every major power in the Fallout universe is balancing on a knife's edge, and our main characters are right in the center, dragging their broken hearts and unfinished business into the fire. That's what makes this finale feel so heavy. It's not just setting up bigger action, it's setting up bigger heartbreak. If this episode wrecked you even half as much as it did me, tell me what hit you the hardest. Was it Hank wiping his own mind? The reveal about Colorado, the hints about Cooper's daughter, or that Liberty Prime tease at the very end? Drop your wildest Season 3 theories in the comments, and let's go full Wasteland Detective on every clue they dropped. Make sure you hit like if this breakdown helped you catch things you missed, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the deep dives, Easter egg hunts, and WTF breakdowns when Season 3 finally drops. Turn the bell on so you're there on day one, because when we go back to the Strip and march into Colorado, it's going to get even darker, weirder, and more emotional than anything we've seen so far.